Some stories aren't about love that lasts forever. Some are about love that almost did. This is Almost Love. Stories about feelings we never forgot. And endings we never expected. Listen carefully. Because tonight's story might feel a little too familiar. She married the right man. But loved the wrong one. Michael didn't plan to see her again. 10 years was a long time. Long enough to forget someone's voice. Long enough to build a completely different life. Or at least that's what he believed. Until the wedding invitation arrived. He almost threw it away without opening it. The envelope was simple. White. Elegant handwriting. But the name on the front made his chest tighten. Emma Carter. For a moment he just stared at it. The same Emma who once sat next to him on cold autumn nights, talking about dreams that felt bigger than the world. The same Emma who once whispered, half joking, half serious. "Promise me that if we ever stop talking, you'll come find me." Michael never made that promise. Because deep down he believed they would never stop. Back then they were 20. Too young to understand how life quietly pulls people in different directions. Michael had plans to travel. Emma wanted stability. A home. A calm life. Neither of them was wrong. They were just different. And one evening, after a conversation that started gently but ended in silence, they both understood something without saying it out loud. Love sometimes isn't enough when two people want different futures. So they said goodbye. No drama. Just a long hug that lasted a little too long. 10 years later, Michael stood in front of a church holding her wedding invitation. He didn't know why he kept it. Maybe curiosity. Maybe unfinished feelings he never admitted to himself. The wedding was in 2 weeks. Another city. He told himself he wouldn't go. But 2 weeks later he found himself sitting in the last row of that church. Emma looked beautiful. Not in a dramatic way. In a calm, confident way. Like someone who had finally found the life she always wanted. When she walked down the aisle, Michael felt something strange. Not jealousy. Not anger. Just a quiet question in his mind. What would life have looked like if we had stayed together? The ceremony was simple. Elegant. Emma's fiancé, David, seemed like a good man. Kind eyes. Steady voice. The kind of person you instantly trust. Michael understood immediately why she chose him. David was the kind of man who could give Emma the life she dreamed about. Stable. Predictable. Safe. Everything Michael had never been. After the ceremony there was a reception. Music. Laughter. Michael stayed near the edge of the room, planning to leave quietly before anyone noticed him. But fate had other ideas. Emma saw him. Across the room. Her smile froze for a moment. Then she walked toward him slowly. "Michael?" He nodded. "Hi." For a second they just looked at each other. 10 years of memories standing silently between them. "I didn't know you would come," she said softly. "I didn't know either," he replied. That made her laugh. And for a brief moment, it felt exactly like the past. They stepped outside for some air. The night was cool. Emma leaned against the railing of the balcony. "So, what have you been doing for 10 years, she asked. Michael smiled slightly. "Running, mostly." "Running from what?" He looked at the city lights. "From staying in one place." Emma nodded slowly. "That sounds like you." Then Michael asked the question he wasn't sure he wanted the answer to. "Are you happy?" Emma didn't answer immediately. She watched the lights below for a long moment. Then she said something honest. "David is a good man." Michael noticed she didn't answer the question. They talked a little longer. About life. About the strange ways people grow up. Eventually music from inside became louder. Emma looked at the door. I should go back. Michael nodded. But before she left, she said something unexpected. You know. I used to imagine this moment. What moment? Running into you again someday. And? She smiled faintly. In my imagination it always happened earlier. Years passed after that night. Michael continued traveling. Emma built a quiet life with David. They didn't see each other again. But sometimes life leaves small traces that never disappear. One evening, many years later, Michael received a message online. A simple message. From Emma. It said, I hope you finally found a place where you wanted to stay. Michael stared at the screen for a long time. Then he wrote back. I did. It just took me longer than I thought. Some loves are not meant to become a life together. Some people meet at the wrong moment. And even though they choose different paths, a part of their story quietly lives inside them forever. Not as regret, but as a reminder of who they once were.